Okay, don't remember where I was, but I don't care. I have officially gotten out every piece of wiring and all of the firewall. So I now have access to everything. So what I'm thinking about doing is mounting my fuse panel here, drops down, goes underneath somewhere, maybe out front, maybe over here, don't entirely know. And then some of it will cut over here and go forward with the transmission line, and then everything else will go aft. So brakes, turn signals, other kind of crap. Yeah, that really should be about it. My battery box, which has come loose, needs to be either welded down or, I don't know, Loctite. Not entirely sure yet. Not in love with the setup, but it's what it is. Okay, now I'm all burnt to crap. It's been quite a few days since, I guess, my last vlog. It's been snowy. It's been miserably cold. Sorry, let me get into a properly exposed place. Yeah, but I have been making little bits of headway, so I have now put in my, here. Firewall rattles a little bit. I need to figure out what's rattling in that way. I can actually either bolt it down or just fix it so that doesn't vibrate as much. Dash, I'm thinking I should put that with the 3 or with the other 2, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Where would I move that? Would I keep that? Would I just, make a switch cluster? I'm not entirely sure yet. Everything that came out, it's a lot of crap, except for candlestick holders, which I have merch, I guess. I need to fix the radiator because my radiator grating busted for some reason. It split. I don't know why. I didn't take it off or anything. It just split when I was on the car. I haven't hit anything or anything like that. This probably gonna clean up some of the rust so it doesn't get worse. But yeah. I mean, all the electronics that are there, I need to pretty up and hide. Everything that's gonna be run is gonna be run. So yeah, that about does it for today. A lot of it. Yes, I am using a phone to do this. New shift lever. Right about there. Yeah. Cut the old base of the last shift lever off, and then just use wrenches to make it more decorative, and some fake knuckles up at the top of it, which, yeah, came out nice. Happy with it. It's supposed to snow here tomorrow or the day after, so I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be able to work on the car more or not, but progress is slow, or it's going to be slow for a bit. But I now I'm thinking about routing wire or moving up the gas tank, which I'm not entirely sure. I might cut the stuff out of the back of that right now. I don't know, but I'll keep you posted. Okay, so I've already shown my shift lever. Where are you? Yeah. That was the last thing I did, I think. Yeah, just a bunch of routing, figuring out things. Oh, I also patched a hole in the floor. I guess you can see that. That used to be a panel that would come out, and now it's just an open hole. And that's exactly what I wanted. If I really want, I can put a panel over it again, but I just want something that's easier to get to if I'm on the side of the road or something breaks. Now I can see what's actually happening to the car. More minimalist stuff. So yeah, off to more. So as far as the fuel tank, I cut this off. This actually was here, and since it was waving around in the middle of the air, I just zip tied it and put some stress on it to pull one direction so it wouldn't vibrate as much. So it was kind of like a floating stay, I guess. But things that scare me are things like this. I thought this would be too little clearance, and it's not, but I don't want it to rub either. So what I'm going to do is this entire section is going to come out. I want to rip out the tank, which now it's empty. I need to put things like these this is loosely zip tied to something for my turn signals, because they're all LED and they don't fire if, I just give them 12 volts. They don't trip the relay. So I need to bust all this loose and get rid of that. But I don't, this is the part that I'm kind of baffled by. Actually, I might just put a brace here. Yeah, and then mount the tank that way. So that way it'll maybe sit a little higher. And then I will be able to seal this entire thing up and then just have the cap poking out. If it leaks onto the ground. Because I'm not getting rid of that fuel tank. Or I might mount it low and then just put a collet on here and then lift it all the way up. So I'd put a fuel tank through the top. I don't know. Thoughts, I guess. Do this. Have my wiring going underneath. I actually have this area marked off because I need to cut this section, or basically hammer the crap out of this section of my chair, because I want to have a tiny bit more clearance. I'll probably just flatten the under part of the chair or the seat, and then that runs out the back. There's good amount of clearance for this. It's not actually touching. I've got like a millimeter or two, so it shouldn't vibrate. Also, I put this in, and this will basically be my wrap handle for the cloth that's going to go between here and here.